Coming up on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh, look, it's Harlan Ellison.
No,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
get out here, get out here.
No.
Are you going to be on Sci-Fi Buzz or not?
Don't hit me, I wasn't there.
Have you signed or not? Are you going to be on the show
Mind
or
your
not?
own business. Mind
Come
your
on.
business. No, I'm not telling you.
please.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling
man.
you. That's it. Stop, Jared.
Jeez. We'll check back with him when he has some decaf in him. Jeez.
On this week's Sci-Fi Buzz, fun and games behind the scenes of Space Station Babylon 5. A Clive Barker art show. We buzz down one branch of the information superhighway. And remembering actor John Carradine, one of horror film's most prolific actors.
I will come for you before the dawn.
Hello, Buzzers. Welcome to Sci-Fi Buzz. Mike Jarek here. Would you believe that the biggest sci-fi series of the year is being filmed in there? Well, this is the address. Wow. Look what's inside this warehouse. Man, this place is in North Hollywood, California. Look at the size of this place. There are 15 elaborate sets in here that make up a 5-mile-long, 2.5 million-ton space station, giant thing, on the new series Babylon 5.
Surrender your vessels or be destroyed.
Sci-Fi fans got a peek at life on Babylon 5 during last year's pilot episode. Now, after tweaking the cast, wardrobe, and set designs, creator Joe Straczynski hopes ratings are strong enough to keep a series space station in orbit for years to come.
It ends in 5 years, and I have every story broken out for a 5-year run.
This cannot be canceled. This is amazing. This is like Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy or something.
From your mouth to Nielsen's ears.
Really, you have every show planned out or in your mind?
I have written a synopsis on every single episode for 5 years.
That is virtually amazing. So what happens if it's canceled or something in 6 months?
See, I can't even consider that question.
Okay,
because
sorry.
see, this was created 7 years ago, and people said, "What if it never gets made as a pilot?" What if, I said 7 years ago, this is going to be a pilot. It's going to be a series. It's going to run 5 years, and then we're going to go away. And that intensity, that act of sheer will has gotten the show on the air.
Geez, no wonder the guy keeps all his ideas locked up in a safe deposit box.
God, this is great. Grown man wearing makeup.
Set visits are such a blast. Aside from being privy to juicy inside info, you can catch the actors out of costume and character. What better way to find out what they're really like?
The commander and I are not dating.
No.
No.
I find him an incredibly attractive
Some
man.
things don't change in 250 years.
Michael O'Hare may play the oh-so-serious Commander Sinclair, but off-camera, he can hold his own with the show's comic relief security chief, Jerry Doyle.
It's supposed to be a coffee pot, but it's not here yet, so you at home, imagine this is a coffee pot.
Turns out Doyle only started to act 3 years ago, after burning out as an investment banker on Wall Street.
I come to the set, and instead of hanging out in the trailer, I watch what everybody else does. Because there's like little innuendos and subtleties that they have in their performances. And I try and incorporate what they do, their timing, their pace. Hey, I admit it, I'm a thief.
Matter of fact, pan down here, would you, a little bit?
Look at Jerry. Yep.
You stole that, too.
Yeah, well. How do you make a small fortune on Wall Street? You start with a large one.
Kidding aside, these guys love their job.
It's the Casablanca of the year 2258. It's all the intrigue and the espionage and the collusion and the cheating and the scheming. It just happens to be on a way trippier set with a lot more fun stuff. We're doing stuff that we did at 9, 10, 11 years old as kids, but now the stuff really blows up. When you say bang, the guy falls down because it's in the script. When your kid going, yeah, you missed me. I didn't miss you. It's in the script. You're dead. Lie down.
This is my security chief. Do you believe this?
After hanging with the human dudes, we went into Super Snoop mode and ended up in the alien makeup area. Luckily, the Centauri ambassador was about to be crowned.
So anyway, they put on this rubber piece, and then the last part of it, after suffering through 2 hours with Greg listening to good jazz, Ron, who has designed my wig, comes and puts on my hair. See, here's the coronation. It's big, isn't it? It's really big, isn't it? It's bigger than you've ever seen, isn't it?
Talk about a bad hair day.
Surrender your vessels or be destroyed.
Babylon 5 is boldly going where many shows have gone before. Though much effort has been put into delivering something unique, it's too early to tell if TV's sci-fi universe has room to accommodate a really big space station. But in a perfect world, we'll be saying our goodbyes to the cast and crew of Babylon 5 in 5 years.
This is Mike Radonia from Reseda, and I want to recommend a series on the Sci-Fi Channel called Starman that's a little overlooked, I think, because it had such a short run. But if you check it out, I think you'll see a lot of depth and a lot of good science fiction in there.
Holding a steady course, we're headed for the information superhighway and a Clive Barker art show. Next.
Sci-Fi Buzz is brought to you by Sega, creators of Genesis, Game Gear, and the coolest video games around. Welcome to the next level.
Has it got huge new zones? Yeah! Twice as big as Sonic 2? Yeah! Does it have the 3D special stage? Yeah! Do it!
New Sonic 3 is now available at a store near you.
Brut by Fabergé. Men are back.
They say you're gonna bloom. What are you, plant life? Please. You've got all these decisions. You've got a life. Hey, you can make it come up roses. It helps to use this. You see, Secret is pH balance for your body's chemistry. pH balance for your decisions, your life. Helps keep you dry, confident. So when you're faced with one of these, you won't pull one of these. Secret, strong enough for him, but pH balance just for you.
You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
In the caverns of a hidden underworld, two hearts touch, and a romance made of dreams, a romance that can never be.
I've seen your world. There's no place for me in it.
Linda Hamilton is Catherine. Ron Perlman is Vincent.
I feel the things you're feeling when you do, almost as if we're one.
15 of their most romantic episodes, the Beauty and the Beast Valentine's Day Marathon, hosted by Ron Perlman, February 14th.
No one travels in time.
These guys do. Journey through time with Dr. Sam Beckett and Al. Quantum Leap on the Sci-Fi Channel. Weeknights at 10 p.m.
Where exactly is this information superhighway? Are we really going to get 500 channels on our TV sets? And how much is all this going to cost? Thousands of industry insiders got together to work on this enormous puzzle at the Western Cable Show in Anaheim, California. Making our way through the bustling scene here, we knew the only way to break our get-it gridlock was to ask the experts.
Today you are witnessing a major advancement in compression technology.
The folks over at the TV comm booth started us on our informational journey by laying out the concept of digital compression, thankfully in layman's terms.
The idea of compression is relatively simple. It's like basically oranges going to orange juice. What they do is they squeeze all the redundant information, allow the water out, and they send it along the pulp along with a recipe and add a little water, and that's compression.
If you'll indulge me for a moment, here's my take on digital compression. After all, it's what sparked the notion of a 500-channel universe in the first place. If you compress digital information over telephone lines or television cables, more data can be squeezed through. As simple as that. But do we really need all that information?
I believe that the technical possibility to do 500 channels is very easy. The economic reality is it's probably going to be significantly less than that. People have, a choice of 30, 40, 50 channels today and still say, I don't have anything to watch. Having, 3 or 4 or 5 times that amount doesn't necessarily make people happy. What they want is some better quality programming as opposed to more channels.
Now, one person's idea of quality could be another's idea of garbage. But the boob tube is on its way to delivering something for everyone. In a word, TV is going interactive.
When they make some of our games interactive, there'll be a icon on the screen that will say, if you want to play Wheel of Fortune, and if you buy $199 and a modest sum per month, an interactive network device, then you can play along with many of the games.
And while mom and dad are in one room turning tiles with Vanna White, the kids can be in another sacking quarterbacks.
Well, you'll have this box, and then when you turn it on, there'll be a screen. And the screen will say, what would you like to do? Would you like to play games? Would you like to have hints? Would you like to find out more news about what's going on in the video game world? What kind of game would you like to play? Is it an action-adventure game? Is it a sports game? And you'll pick the game, and after you've picked it, it'll go into that cartridge, and you'll be able to play it as long as you'd like.
Most of us already have a difficult time weeding through the jungle of cable channels on our TV. And it's only going to get more confusing. But one Silicon Valley company has devised a helpful device in the nick of time.
StarSight is developing is a navigational tool, like a roadmap for consumers to find programs that are on television. When you turn on your TV and you want to find what's on, all you have to do is press a button, and up will come a description of the show and tell you what's on, how many minutes are left, who's starring in it.
Though no one really knows how much a trip down the information superhighway will cost us, you can bet it'll be in the billions. The entire infrastructure of our cable and phone systems needs to be upgraded, a mind-boggling effort that rivals the building of the interstate highway system. So maybe we'll have to shell out a few extra bucks to plug into the future. But hey, let's face it, it'll be worth every cent.
This is Steve Barber from Long Beach, California, calling to highly recommend the new and annotated translation of Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea from the Naval Institute Press. This completely new translation includes 25% more of Verne's original material than has ever been translated before. It's my prediction that every science fiction fan will want one of these editions for their library. It isn't often we get a new book by one of the masters.
Hey Buzzers, call the Buzz Board if you want to share one of your favorites with Sci-Fi Buzz viewers. 213-851-7235 is the number. Conventions, books, videos, conferences, film festivals, give us a call.
I'm with Joe Straczynski now, creator of Babylon 5, sampling some of the booze from 250 years from now.
So they tell us. Well, this has the word on it, disinfectant, so I'm not quite sure.
Okay, I'll pass on that. Yeah, I'll take that with a shot of scotch or something. Now, what is this place that we're in? It's called Zocalo?
The Zocalo.
And what's this supposed to be?
It's the Spanish term for the central plaza, the Grand Plaza. We have shops and stores and little booths and a bar in the back for hanging out and having a drink and relaxing.
So with your favorite aliens. So all the aliens gather in here?
Some aliens, some humans, yes.
Some humans, too. Wow. It kind of looks like a Clive Barker painting, doesn't it?
Do you think so?
Well, kind of blur your eyes and look at it, you know? Well, that's a whole other story.
As in his writings, Clive Barker is able to explore the darker side of subjects like religion, sexuality, and human nature through his stark, disturbing artwork. New York's Best Cutler Gallery put several of Barker's oil paintings and pen and ink drawings up for view recently, and the author offered to show us around. We were anxious to see whether the horror master's art conjured up the same creepy feelings as his novels and films. We weren't disappointed.
This was the cover for the first of the Books of Blood, and what I really wanted to do was get that Savoshian sense that there's lots of stuff going on, beasts of every kind, a little demon here with a knife in his head, you know, holding up my picture. Don't ask, I don't know.
Barker often designs the cover art for his books. Going a step further in his recent novel, The Thief of Always, he provided the cover art and numerous interior illustrations as well. The author finds taking time out to paint is the perfect antidote for writer's burnout. But not all his artwork is associated with his writing. As our tour continued, Barker showed us paintings that were done purely for his own pleasure.
Okay, so what we have here are the big three paintings of the exhibition. Three paintings which are designed to go together on the wall and to go together symbolically. This first picture is the Primal Mother, is the beginning of the world, in a sense. A woman who has the breasts and belly of a Neolithic Venus. She's walking through, I guess, the primeval mud from which we all rise. There's an egg moon in the sky, which implies the beginning of things. And perhaps most importantly, she's trailing this, I guess it's eggs. I suppose it's eggs. She's leaving this trail behind her, which leads on into the second picture. And the second, which is the centerpiece of these three, is a rather melancholy picture. You know, here this kind of mutated creature, half dog, half whatever, human, roughly. There's a little Yoda in there, actually, I think. This figure bearing a dying god on his back, the image of the dying god, Jesus, obviously Adonis, Odin, all gods who died on trees, all gods who died in blood and then were resurrected. Here's this character not really inspired by this image, but carrying it as though it's basically a great weight to him, which regrettably I think religion often is to us. And this leads on to the third and most depressing of the images, which is the future. The sun, the moon in the first one, the sun in this one, the sun dying, the sun's turned the color of dried blood. And here is, I suppose, mankind at the very end with a straitjacket, you know, the scraps that fall from a straitjacket's arms falling down there. In a sense, it's past, present, future. And when I step out of this and you step back, you'll see that the landscape, the line of the landscape is the same from picture to picture, so that the horizons play as a constant, and when you walk away from the picture, you see that it almost plays as a single image, at which point I will leave you to that.
Some viewers might admire Clive Barker's artwork, while others could find it appalling. But dark as it may be, the man Stephen King has crowned the new face of horror has one hell of an imagination. Actor John Carradine was a constant presence in horror films for decades. Some of his best, next.
Has it got huge new zones? Check! Twice as big as Sonic 2? Check! Does it have the 3D special stage? Check! Do it!
New Sonic 3 is now available at a store near you.
I got a problem.
Poor baby.
Yeah, watch.
Well, I've got a solution.
Country Crock spreadable sticks.
Yeah, they spread easy, straight from the fridge.
Very spreadable.
Very edible.
New Country Crock spreadable sticks. Spread easy, straight from the fridge.
Okay, I confess. I want my hair to look great. I got better things to do than to mess around with it. So I use a special shampoo and conditioner that cleans and completely conditions without the hassle. Pert Plus. Net result? No matter what I've been doing, my hair does what I want it to. Why would I mess around with anything else?
Pert Plus. Great hair. No fuss.
For centuries, millions of people relied on acupuncture as a safe and effective medical treatment to relieve discomfort. Now, sticking needles in your skin is no longer necessary. Introducing the AcuPoint. Developed by a doctor, AcuPoint delivers a painless, lightning-fast impulse that stimulates your body's natural forces. Using easy-to-follow illustrated cards for the back, neck, sinus, and other areas, you can stimulate those points on your body to help you. Just push the button, and without pain, you're on the way to feeling better. AcuPoint is manufactured from precisely machined stainless steel parts to deliver the exact stimulus each time you use it. Don't wait. Get AcuPoint relief now.
Call 1-800-376-2200 and receive as a special bonus the AcuPoint Stress Management audio cassette absolutely free, or send $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling to AcuPoint, 7040 West Palmetto Park Road, Suite 2-554, Boca Raton, Florida.
I drink to love. A union to last throughout eternity. A love free from all material needs.
It's time to raise a glass and pay tribute to one of horror's greatest hams, John Carradine. Yesterday, February 5th, marked what would have been the actor's 88th birthday. had he not succumbed to heart and liver failure in 1988.
I'm no longer afraid.
I will come for you before the dawn.
With his roles in Stagecoach and The Grapes of Wrath, John Carradine became a respected Hollywood character actor. But it was the maniacal deviance he brought to life in hundreds of horror films that endears him to us fans. With his gaunt silhouette and booming voice, Carradine forged a film career that spanned almost 6 decades, beginning in 1930. Although some critics insist the actor did his best work in the early 40s, our favorite Carradine period is the mid-40s, starting with his role in Captive Wild Woman in 1943. He plays a scientist who turns an orangutan into a woman. Well done.
Bring Karis to me. Wherever he is, guide his steps into these hills where I await him.
And how about his compelling work the following year in The Mummy's Ghost? As an Egyptian high priest, Carradine finds Lon Chaney's 3,000-year-old reincarnated lover, only to fall head over heels in love with her himself.
I'll take her back, Karis. Together we'll go to our camp. The three of us, I swear it.
So you're Bluebeard.
Who said so?
You'll find another tour de force performance in Bluebeard. Carradine's homicidal puppeteer could take on any modern-day psycho killer. Although he dies way too soon in 1944's House of Frankenstein, Carradine's portrayal of Dracula ranks among the best. Luckily, he got to reprise the role the following year in House of Dracula. In that film, he pretends to be seeking a cure for his nocturnal affliction, but is really trying to horn in on a good doctor's tasty nurse. Not that nurse, this nurse.
But 19 inches, I mean, that's...
Does that sound mad? That's what they call me at Masters and Johnson's clinic. Mad.
Carradine went on to star in hundreds more films until his death 6 years ago. His favorite role was as Long Jack in Captain's Courageous. One of his worst films, Carradine said, was Billy the Kid versus Dracula, a shoddy production at best that permitted its Dracula to fly around in the daytime.
Craig, what happened?
I think something buckled.
Craig, what's sparkling, Craig?
Carradine did star in more than his share of stinkers, but no matter how campy or clumsily directed some of his films were, John Carradine more than made up for them with the stunning work he did in the mid-40s. Happy birthday, John, and rest in peace, old sport.
Coming in next on Sci-Fi Buzz, inside the world of Babylon 5 and the buzz on Harlan Ellison.
Got huge new zones! Check! Twice as big as Sonic 2! Check! Does it have the 3D special stage? Check! Do it!
New Sonic 3 is now available at a store near you.
What's hot from the Budget Gourmet?
Things that make you go,
It's our special selections pasta entrees. 10 great tastes at great low prices. It's budget, it's gourmet, it's both.
You're not a plant, but you're going to bloom. And Secret can help with your life because it's pH balanced for your body's chemistry. So when you face one of these, you won't pull one of these. Strong enough for him, but pH balanced just for you.
This is the voice of world control.
Global nuclear war, the dominion of mankind or machine. Colossus, the Forbin Project, next Sunday at 3 p.m.
You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Homeowners, tired of struggling with fallen limbs, brush, branches, and leaves? Now reduce huge, hard-to-handle brush piles like this into compacted wood chips and mulch in less than 30 minutes. It's easy with the amazing Troy-built Tomahawk Chipper Shredder, now with a breakthrough auto-feeding chipper. The Tomahawk's large shredder hopper quickly reduces thick brush, bushels of fall leaves, garden residue, and more. While this breakthrough auto-feeding chipper handles larger branches and limbs automatically, turning a mountain of brush into useful wood chips and mulch. So stop struggling with hard-to-handle brush piles. Call for your free catalog on the new Troy-built auto-feeding chipper shredder today. Call now, and we'll include details on our new 10-horsepower towable chipper shredder. For complete details on our whole line of Troy-Bilt chipper shredders, including your free full-color catalog and details on our Troy-Bilt Easy Payment Plan, call toll-free 1-800-441-1717. That's 1-800-441-1717. Call today.
Has it got huge new zones? Check! Twice as big as Sonic 2? Check! Does it have the 3D special stage? Check! Do it!
New Sonic 3 is now available at a store near you.
Jarek, I come for you, Jarek.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Hi, Harlan. Come on in here. Come on in here. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Hey, nice shades, by the way. Very cool.
We big stars always wear these.
That's why I don't have any. You know, I just noticed in here in the script here that you are some kind of creative consultant.
No, conceptual consultant.
Conceptual. What's so cool about that?
Well, the conceptual consultant is, in fact, the secret brain behind everything. No one can say a word that has not come from my conceptual stuff.
Really? I say, how's the thing with the Sci-Fi Channel going? The negotiations, are you coming back?
They're done. Yes, in fact, the suspense is at an end. We are, in fact, merging again. You and I together again, darling. I will begin doing 16 more sooner than they wish to have me back.
Actually, I can tell you exactly when they're going to start.
You know?
3 weeks.
On this week's Buzz Best Bets, we'll check out classic illustrations of the past and interactive fiction of the future. Sierra Online, one of the leaders in interactive entertainment, has just released Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father on CD-ROM. The game marks the ultimate convergence of Hollywood and the computer industry, utilizing the voices of top actors like Mark Hamill, Michael Dorn, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show's colorful star Tim Curry as Gabriel Knight.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
The plot of this interactive challenge follows the adventures of Knight, a shadow hunter who fights the dark forces of the supernatural. With New Orleans as its backdrop, the game offers players an opportunity to actively participate in the story. Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father, retails for $69.95 and includes a 20-minute behind-the-scenes video called The Making of Gabriel Knight. And for those of you who haven't taken the CD-ROM plunge just yet, Knopf has released the Hugo Award-winning book, The World of Charles Addams, in paperback. Though Addams passed away in 1990, the most popular of his dark-humored illustrations live on through the Addams Family movies and in reruns of the old TV show. But for those of you who've only known Morticia, Gomez, and the rest of the Addams Family on TV or film, this is a wonderful opportunity to meet their predecessors in print. The Addams Family represents just a part of Addams' work. The book contains hundreds of drawings that span a 60-year career, and several of his cover paintings for New Yorker magazine. For a mere $20, everyone can now enter the heartwarming, hair-raising world of Charles Addams. That's this week's Buzz Best Bets.
From the universe of Babylon 5, this is Mike Jarek. You know, you got to check out this series. Kind of a different view of space on TV with some very weird creatures. I met Jennifer here at the Babylon 5 bar. What do you say we get on out of here, babe? See you next time for Sci-Fi Buzz. Take the fingers out of your mouth. Oh, those aren't fingers. Oh, sorry. So, come here often? What's your sign? Oh! Goodness gracious. Keep your tentacles to yourself.
Now stay tuned for Mysteries from Beyond the Other Dominion. Next.